Hi guys and girls, Gallifrey97 here. Welcome to today's retrospective of LFCC Spring 2020. I've done various videos on previous years, so I thought why not carry the tradition and take you through the autographs, photographs I got. I'm taking you through my weekend. Were you at LFCC Spring this year? Let me know your experiences and who you met in the comment section below. I decided to come up on the Friday because with LFCC Spring it's usually a 2-day event, so Saturday and Sunday. Usually with LFCC the summer one, that's 3 days, but this one's 2. So I decided to come up on the Friday, met up with my good friend Adam the Ultimate Whovian, went around London, went on the South Bank, checked out Football Planet, all that great things you do in London. So I was ready for the Saturday morning. Now I wanted to meet Tosin Cole. With LFCC there's a virtual ticket system where you go basically first thing when you get in, get a virtual ticket so you've got a number, so if it's like a really busy guest then you've got a number so you can go up and get your signature. Now I don't usually do this but with Doctor Who I thought right I need to get Tosin Cole because obviously Tosin Cole's going, he's in the latest series. I thought well he's going to be super busy, so got my ticket and I didn't need it actually so I kind of rushed around for nothing. I queued about 8 o'clock and it was absolutely pouring it down. It was like being like a drowned rat. Last year I think they had this inside queuing system but this time we had to queue outside and it was not pleasant waiting in the rain for hours. I could hear a lot of people around me complaining. Nevertheless, dried myself off and got in. So I looked around a few of the stalls, get my bearings a bit for the weekend, and I met Ian McKeely. I think I'm saying that right. I've been heard so many different pronunciations of it over the weekend. He plays Koshamus in series 12, the finale, Essential Assignment and Timeless Children, so that was pretty cool. And there's a couple of guests this weekend which I probably would have met if I didn't realise they were in obviously the finale of Doctor Who. Yeah, it's really nice to have met him, the actor from the series 12 finale. In between the next thing, I managed to get my Tosin Cole auto, which is his character poster. So there's 2 resources love. Tosin Cole. He was very chilled. I was a bit unsure. I don't know if it's because he was shy or something, but at a talk the next day he did say he was jet lagged, which may not. But he was fine, really just chill, really appreciative of all the compliments and that. But it was really cool to have met him being in the current series. Usually you meet them like post with the new series. Before going to a talk, I managed to cram in 2 autographs. The first one is with Camille Caudry. She says, "To Reese, with love, Camille Caudry," some smiley faces and kisses. I just basically said like the David Tennant and Blue Piper, obviously with her in it as well. It was kind of like the golden age for me as a child, you know, I grew up on that, like I love all Doctor Who, but that era, that's what got me into the show, and she was very happy about that. She's like, yeah, that's brilliant. She's very happy about sort of being a part of that team. And the talk a bit later with her and Sean was even more hilarious. Got a photo of him from Rise of the Sidemen. "Hey Reese, all the best, Sean Dingwall." Now it's quite funny because my name, I have to kind of explain it because I say like, oh my name's Reese, but mine's spelled very differently. And everyone was laughing because it was like, oh there's quite a few different versions. I was like, yeah, and there's like the Welsh one, there's like the normal one. Both of them really, really nice, and nice to see those 2 kind of in the space of like 10 minutes together. Then I attended a couple of talks. The first one was with Samantha Bond, who obviously played Mrs. Wormwood in the Sarah Jane Adventures, but she's most known I guess for James Bond. I was really interested to learn about that and her kind of experience doing that, like pre and after. She did talk about the Sarah Jane Adventures as well, how she grew up on Tom Baker, so it was really nice obviously her to go and work with Liz on her own show, so she's really appreciative of that. So yeah, it was quite an insightful talk. She was quite funny with compliments and funny gestures. Then there was a Colin and Sylvester talk, which was absolutely hilarious. Those 2 are just brilliant together. It's kind of like a sibling rivalry. Like obviously they're just kind of like constant like negativity against each other in a total banter way. Then they always kind of underline like a nice comment, a couple nasty comments later. But yeah, that was probably the most funniest talk I think. Those 2 on stage, like amazing, really, really funny. Then I got 2 more photo shoots. This one's with Camille Caudry, obviously played Jackie Tyler. Really happy with this one. Such a lovely person, so vibrant and happy. Then I got one with Sean Dingwall, again really nice bloke, really happy with the photo. There was a photo shoot in between the single ones of both of them together, which I'll probably get next time, but I thought first of all I'll just get the single ones first. Then they had their talk, which ran a bit late because of the photo shoots going on a bit, which was honestly hilarious. Like there's a really funny moment with Camille where she forgot that the ending of Journey's End where they took on the Meta Crisis 10th Doctor, she was like, oh yeah, there was 2 tenants, like she realised a couple minutes later. People asking questions about what would they be doing now, where's their life like 10 years later, etc. You could really get on stage the vibrance and love they had for that era of Doctor Who, working with David Tennant and Billie Piper, etc. Obviously talking about coming back as well for the series 4 finale. Then the final 2 photo shoots of the day. This is with Tosin Cole. Really happy with this photo. I love the expression. You can see I'm just sort of gleefully happy. It's like, it's Ryan Sinclair. Real pleasure to meet him. And also Samantha Bond, Mrs. Wormwood. It's like she's trying to do a smile, but she's like trying to keep in like a laughter or something, don't know. But yeah, all the photos I'm really pleased with that day. Then my day was rounded off by heading to the BFI South Bank. So on that day of the Saturday of LFCC Spring, the screening for the Faceless ones at the same time. And I would have gone to that if this wasn't on. I've gone to all like the collection screenings for the collection Blu-ray stuff. I've never been animation ones. This is the closest I've got so far. I will go to the next one. I'll probably go to the Fear of the Deep one if they do that later on. But thank you to Ryan. He managed to pick me up with the postcards he got from the event, and obviously with the DVD cover with Patrick and Annika Wills. But yeah, it was just a nice thing to catch up with everybody there and see everybody have a few drinks and that, just sort of catching up and seeing how they got on with the Faceless ones, which seem to have gone down really, really well. So I'm really excited to get that later this month for all of the Steelbook. Sunday was a more chill day because I was meeting 3 guests from that day. And I met with Joe Bowers. I want to give a massive thank you and shout out to for giving me the complete 10th series Steelbook. Now, I've wanted this for ages, and this actually completes my new series Steelbook collection now. It's quite funny because series 9 I won through the Who Had It's competition, and this one was kindly given to me by Joe as a present. So honestly, thank you so much, mate. I'm really, really happy with it. I've been looking at this as Amazon for ages. The price went down, I was like, and then it's like go back up again. I was like, so it was meant to be. So honestly, thank you so much for this. But yeah, I'm really happy to complete the Steelbook collection. I don't know if they'll release the series 9 and 10 ones. We're obviously going through from series 1 now up to, I guess, series 8. But yeah, it's such a nice feeling to complete the new series Steelbook collection. So first auto was with Dan Starkey, aka Strax, aka various other Big Finish on Taran. I said I love the character Strax, really funny, and obviously all the great impressions he does for the class on Taran. He sounds much easier to do because obviously you don't have to go through 3 hours of makeup and to do us on Taran. There was a new series talk later today, I'll talk about it later, but he did say in that they were in the works of a Paternoster Gang spin-off, but I think it was due to money stuff. I think Steve Wofford and Magic's obviously doing Sherlock as well, but of course we got Class instead of the spin-off, which has kind of gone under the radar now. This was with Caitlin Blackwood, aka Amelia Pond. It's crazy seeing this because I think she's put like 10, 12 or that in the photo, but now it's like she's pretty much my age. So it's crazy how time's gone, like obviously with that being like 10 years ago, and she said for her it's like flew by. But yeah, really lovely, really appreciative, and love to meet her. And the final autograph from the weekend was with Patrick O'Kane, aka the Lone Sideman. I didn't realise he was going until somebody tweeted it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I had to put his photo of him from Ascension, standing in the smoke in his really cool Sideman costumes. There's 2 of his best wishes, Peter O'Kane, Ashard, the Lone Sideman. Because the series 12 finale was that night with the Timeless Children, I did jokingly say to Sal, I bet you're going to get a lot of questions today about the finale. And he jokingly said back, he said, oh, well, I don't really know much of the plot, to be honest. So I won't be able to help out. I was like, no, okay. But then when the episode obviously gets TC'd by the Masters, yeah, he's really appreciative. Very, very lovely man. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have met him. First photo shoots with Dan Starkey, with him doing the Sontaran pose, which is a really fun photo, very inventive. Then there was a new series talk, which had Dan Starkey, Patrick O'Kane, Caitlin Blackwood, and Tosin Cole. Really fun talk, kind of comparing different eras. It's called Bushing Them Together, and they kind of feeding off each other's different experiences and stuff like that. And the questions in that were really inventive. So yeah, that was a really fun panel as well. So really good talks, I think, this weekend. We got a photo with Caitlin Blackwood. Really happy with this one. Really lovely person. My Patrick O'Kane shoot was like last of the day of all the photo shoots. So I had to kind of follow it around the stalls. I managed to pick up the Reconnaissance Dalek from the Time Meddlers stall. You can check them out on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description. They had a stall there, and they had the Dalek. Expect a review for this coming soon to the channel. But just give you a heads up, it's really cool. And finally is my Patrick O'Kane. As you can see, complete opposite of a Sideman. Really, really nice bloke. Really great to chat to, obviously, the auto. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this photo. I always tend to ask kind of the Cyberman chest on hand thing, but it didn't feel right. I don't know, someone just told me, I was like, don't ask for that. So I went for this really nice photo with Patrick. After that, went home and watched the 12 finale. About 9:30, I think it was. My reaction is up if you want to see how I reacted to that. So I just want to say a shout out to everyone who came up to me, who recognised from YouTube. I had a few of you, so thank you for coming to say hi. I hope you all had a great weekend. Also to the various people that I know and met. I've made a list off time, but if I don't mention, I'm sorry. But I tried to mention everybody. It's got Joel, Peter, Joe, Ian, Simon, also went to the BO5, it's got Ryan, Morgan, Beef, Philip and Gary. Check out Caroline's vlog, I'll put a link to that in the description below, where I do feature for like a small portion of it after the Tosin Cole photo shoot. She vlogs a day, so you get to see what it's like being there. Obviously I talk about it, but there's some great footage of her sort of socialising and seeing different people. So yeah, check that out. Link in the description below. So if you enjoyed today's retrospective, please comment, like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, links to all that stuff in the description below. Again, were you at LFCC Spring? Who did you meet? What did you get up to? You could plan to go to the summer one. All your stuff, let me know in the comment section below. Kind of like a channel update, I guess. So Series 12 is now over. Now I have to wait till like the festive period. So you've got a long wait. However, I do have a lot of videos planned. I'm going to try and catch up on the reviews that I did for Series 12. I'm sure I'll get them done by the time the festive special comes round. I've got the traders and tributes planned, figure reviews, all that great stuff throughout the year. If any of your ideas, anything you want to see from the channel this year, love to hear them. You'll be credited if I use the idea. Any discussion points, trade ideas, any suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye!